I'm going to be talking a little bit in code today because if you watch my channel and you watch my live, yes.
Is the plane going down? Are we going to die? Why are you saying I'm salty?
Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay, the Housewife Historian, and today we're going to be talking some Real Housewives and headlines. And I'm just getting my camera set up, so I'm going to give you guys some visual in just 1 second. It's been one of those days. I have to get my furnace worked on, so I'm just waiting on the furnace man. But we're here to talk housewives, so make sure you guys comment and let me know what your thoughts are. I really would like to see you guys active in the comments because it helps me be able to like correlate what is going on in New Jersey sometimes without me saying it, if that makes any sense. So I know we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives in New Jersey, and of course we don't support any sort of violence on this channel, and we know that there was some issues that went down with Jennifer and Danielle. So, hey, K Mama, how are you? So glad that you guys could make it. I am actually streaming live on my old channel and my new channel. So if you guys are on my old channel, make sure that you go check out and follow my Housewives 411. Because if you don't know, I had some issues with some monetization in YouTube. So I ended up just starting a new channel so I can keep giving you guys free content. I'm going to be going to see Teresa live with Melissa Feaster for the Namaste Bitches podcast in a month. And I just went and saw Luann from the Real Housewives of New York. She did a cabaret show, actually, out of nowhere. I'm telling you, there's something going on there. I think they're going to be bringing back like I don't know why Bravo was like pushing like her to do these cabaret. I'm going to get into that in another video though. But did you guys watch the Real Housewives of New York last night? Are any of you guys watching New York? Or are you guys just here to talk about Jersey? Hey, Lisa. Poor Lisa, she doesn't want to hear about New Jersey because she's like, I heard you talked about it last night. Oh, hey, Kay Mama. Yeah, guys, if you want to hear a full review on the Real Housewives of New York, check out Lisa's podcast on NYC Gal Out. It's on all the major platforms. I guess you guys are here and you want to talk a little bit about New Jersey. Everything in this video is alleged. What are you guys hearing? I could not take another scandal. I'm exhausted. Like, New Jersey just keeps giving us headlines. Like, it has not stopped, I swear, since Teresa Giudice's wedding. It has been scandal, headline, like for over a year straight, and it just keeps going. Like, what was Danielle thinking? I heard her husband's like supportive. Hey, JoJo. I heard her husband's like supportive, and I hopefully like a loving way. I don't know. Again, what are you guys thinking? If you guys don't know, allegedly an incident took place between Jennifer and Danielle at Teresa's house. Teresa and Louis threw a big party. There's been clips and photos all over online. And it looks like they had a great time. Teresa had some of her other friends there. I don't know if they're gonna make, she has her one old friend, Caroline, who's very beautiful. She's been on the show here and there. I don't know why she never did the show. I think her husband didn't want her to, even though they've been divorced now. Maybe it's just something she didn't want to do, but she's like in the background, and she posted a lot of content, dancing and singing and drinking. And it looked like the party went into the wee hours of the night. It did look fun. It looked like I was like, at first I was like, it kind of reminds me of like a house party. And I'm like, house parties aren't safe anymore in 2023. Like, but it looked really fun, even though, there wasn't like a huge theme, maybe. I don't know. It just kind of felt relaxed, but it felt warm, like a warm place to be. And I think that people that have like any sort of like empathy or like compassion, like you can tell the difference when Teresa throws a party versus, when maybe the other team throws a party, because it feels like people are warm and welcome. Like they're in Teresa's kitchen, like her girlfriend's rearranging her pots and pans, and like it feels very warm. And they all looked amazing. They had great outfits on. Jennifer and Bill had done a like Renaissance event. I think a day or two before that, Jennifer had posted. She looks amazing. But yeah, this took place, and allegedly, Danielle may or may not have I don't want to say tossed, I don't want to say thrown. I don't know what the right word is, but I don't, we saw Jennifer Aiden throw water. Like she threw water out of her cup, like not necessarily the cup. And so I wonder what kind of situation we are going to see on camera. Like, this is not good. I'm hearing that this is not good at all for them. Like, they have to stop filming. Did you guys hear any of that? Anyone? Like, because they have like this is like an HR issue because I guess Jennifer was like bleeding. Oh, I would have been mad. I would have been so mad if somebody did that to me. What do you guys think? First of all, what do you guys think it's over? I'm gonna tell you guys, I think that it's over. The whole incident last year with Melissa and the whole rumor, and at the reunion, Melissa coming out and saying that she already knew that Joe and Teresa, or that Teresa and Louis had already told Joe, yada, yada, yada. Guys, remember? And Danielle like played it so cool through the reunion. And when she went backstage to Nate, she was like, she's like, they played me. They played me. And some people were like, she was actually, I think, talking about production. And then other people are like, no, she's talking about Danielle and Teresa. So I almost feel like, I don't know, something is crazy. Okay, Mama, I'm so glad that you could make it. Yeah, I know you're overseas vacationing. It looks amazing. And I saw some of your photos. I was like, oh, she's living the life. Hey, Mia, my girl. She's like, Danielle's resentful that Jennifer used her to deliver the Melissa cheating rumor. Um, I think so too, but like it had to be done. And honestly, I think that Danielle should have been thanking Jennifer because it gave her a whole storyline. Okay. She basically, like, instead of having to climb the ranks and try to come up with storylines and interesting stuff and insert yourself in problematic situations just to get camera time, they basically were like, here, baby girl, we're going to bump you up. We're going to let you come into our circle. You're in an inner circle with Jennifer Aiden and Teresa Giudice. That's why last season they were like, take notes. Because you were with two, like, nobody just comes on the show and is immediately accepted into a tight family friend group like they have going on with the cast of Real Housewives of New Jersey. And they did for Danielle. They opened their door. Teresa and Louis hung out with her and her husband the entire summer before season even started filming. There was lots of pictures of them out. And I just think that she really messed up. She needed to stay in an alliance with them. That would have kept her on the show. That would have kept her content. She should have somehow, pivoted. I just think that one, the audience had to know. I've said this from the beginning, guys. If we didn't know about the rumor, what would we have been watching all season? They would have kept it from us. Don't think that Melissa and Joe would not have kept that from us because they absolutely were going to keep that from us. So if somebody had to do it, right? And it was perfect for Danielle. It gave her a whole storyline. It gave her camera time. It gave her time at the reunion. I mean, let's not forget Tracy Barber's Tracy Barber. Why did I say that? Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber's wife, what was her first name? I can't even remember, but she came on the show. And Lisa says this all the time. She reminds me that they let her come to the reunion, do all of her makeup, and they didn't even show her one time. Okay. They didn't show her one time during the reunion. She had a wooden chair and all the other ladies were on couches. Okay. So like New Jersey's not scared to let you film all year long and then be like, well, you didn't really have a storyline of your own. Like she's sort of, if you remember, Tiki's wife sort of inserted herself in the Melissa Teresa drama, obviously taking up for Melissa, right? And she threw the event that was supposed to be like the team building event that Teresa came. She was already hot. She came in hot. She was already like, this is bullshit. If you guys remember, they had to like climb the trees and do all these like activities. And so she actually planned that event, but it wasn't even relevant to anything. Like she had to insert herself into the Teresa and Melissa drama just to get camera time. That's the only time we even saw her talk about anything was when she was with Melissa and it was about Teresa. So they're not scared to do that. New Jersey doesn't care. They will have you get ready, go to a reunion, get your glam done, probably pay more money than you made to even get it done, and not be shown on the reunion. How does that happen? I mean, that's pretty terrible. That's just my opinion, though. Oh, guys, my furnace man is here. Maybe not. This man's turning around in my driveway. Okay, good. Sorry. No interruption. Sorry. I thought we were going to have an interruption, but we're not. All right, let's turn the camera on. Lights, camera, action. Hold on. Let me get my life together. What's Mia saying? Mia's always got some good tea, too. Oh, somebody else was talking about Kempire. I love Kempire, too. Let's see here. Kempire said production is thinking about just keeping them apart, so filming the reunion separately. Same with the cast trip. 2 different trips to 2 different places? Well, that's like 2 different shows. Thank you for the tea, though. Tracy Lynn, yes. All About the Real Housewives said it was about charity money. Oh, yes, Peggy. Do you guys know all? I mean, my listeners know all about the charity from last year. But if you're new to my channel, there was a lot of problematic situations that came out of a charity event that Danielle had thrown. She also filmed the whole thing. Basically Teresa's show, and then I'm sorry. Basically, Teresa's show and then the boring show. Yeah. And Tracy was boring too. She was. Yeah. And they said Danielle stole the charity money and remodeled her home. What? No. Oh my God. Rumor is that Danielle paid a pause on her sister-in-law. I did hear that too. That's why her bro doesn't want her around. So Mia is saying that she heard that there was an altercation between Danielle and his wife before they got married, and so that's why they don't speak. So Danielle allegedly left that out, and that's why everyone's been like, oh yeah, okay, Danielle, there has to be a reason why you guys don't talk to your brother. Like, what is the reason? And here the reason is, let me wipe my camera off. Hold on, guys. The reason is that because there was an altercation and Danielle put hands on his soon-to-be wife, and that's why they didn't speak anymore. But Danielle left that part out, and that totally makes sense because if you guys notice, like every time somebody would talk about Danielle's brother, they would be like, I just think there's more to the story. They would never say what the more to the story was. They would just say, like, I think there's more to the story, like telling the audience there's more going on here, but we're not going to talk about it at the moment. So I don't know. I could see that happening. What do you guys think? Do you think that Danielle throws hands easily? Maybe that's why Jackie said, "Get your hands out of my face" last year. Do you remember when they were arguing and Danielle was like, "This is just how I talk. If this bothers you, this is just how I talk." I'm like, "No, girl, you messed up. You should go get on your knees and ask for forgiveness now before it gets worse." I'm just saying, I would be like apologizing. And her mom sides with her. That's so sad. That is, that's a really great point. I thought about that too, JoJo. Like, that is sad that the family sides with Danielle. It shows like sort of a dysfunctional dynamic of someone who must not be like, I don't know, like held very accountable. I don't know. We're too old to be hitting people. I don't believe in physical violence. Like, I can make you cry yourself to sleep with my words. Like, maybe that was from my experience. Because when you're in an institution, you can't throw hands all the time because you just end up going to the hole and it's no fun. So you like shoot people with words. Thank you for validating what I heard. Yes, K Mama. I love K Mama. Danielle said she paid the venue and the rest she donated. Don't know if it's true. K Mama, she always knows all the tea too. You are right about that, K Mama. If you guys remember, we talked about, again, on my channel, if you guys listened, we talked about how there were some questionable things happening with this charity event, right? One of them was she filmed the entire thing. She had some sort of a production crew that was not local, like to Bravo, was not affiliated with Bravo. It was separate. And she had them film the entire thing. Like, I guess that they all had, I think they may have went out prior to the event and she filmed it. And then the event itself, I don't think was set up really great. There were like some issues with, sorry guys, this lipstick's killing me today. There were some issues with who was coming. If you guys remember, Jennifer was going to bring Laura Lee Jensen, and Danielle had a problem with it last minute. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, Jennifer was going to bring Laura Lee Jensen because that's when everything was hot. Everything was hot right then. But again, more questionable things. Like, there was a lot of I don't even know what to say. It just seemed like she worked them a lot. Like, they were on the stage for a long time doing like she had Teresa like doing a contest with these people to like flip a table, and I'm like, I mean, I understand it's like a charity, but it just seemed like she had them up there for a pretty long time doing, different skits and things, and they weren't sitting. It looked uncomfortable because they were like under lights and they're all just like kind of standing in a line. It definitely didn't feel it felt weird for sure. And then again, there were just other questionable things that I had heard from sources that haven't been out in the press about the charity. And I mean, you guys can put two and two together, right? I mean, questionable things with the oh gosh, what are they called? The people that like donated stuff that were like there to like just provide a service, like the camera, maybe like a camera company that does the parties, they would like come to the event for free for like just for charity. But allegedly, I don't know, there were some situations going on. Oh, she says Danielle's desperate and needs a check and she's broke. I did not hear that she's broke. But that would make sense because Bravo loves to, that's their favorite MO as a housewife that's like trying to keep up and will spend all of their money just trying to keep up for the show, right? Remember Jen Shaw? Like, need I say more? They love it. Up, Jamie's enter the room, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Good morning. When Jamie says Danielle's brother said the real story was Danielle. I don't even want to say the word, but his wife, and that's why he wanted an evaluation done on her. You're killing me, Danielle. It is too early. An evaluation, not an evaluation. Oh my god. I found red flags last season when Danielle kept away, and she said I didn't. Oh, okay. Jamie is bringing up a great point. Okay, that's why Danielle walked away every time there was a confrontation, because that's probably what she learned in anger management or from her counselor. You walk away. If you're mad, you walk away. You walk away. That's the only way that you can, control your anger is by walking away from the situation. So that must be why in every situation where there was conflict besides the reunion, Danielle left. She left the party, if you guys don't remember. Yeah, anytime there was a confrontation, she was out skis. She was out. So that is very interesting, Jamie. Jamie says, that validates her brother to me. Yeah, it does sort of validate her brother, because this is like serious. You can't throw things at people's head. Like, we are like, girl, 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 girl. Did you think this out at all? Did you have any strategy when you went into this season? Or did you just, we're just winging it? What are we doing? What's our plan? And do we have a long-term plan or not? I don't understand. Alan says, wait, her brother spoke about it? Well, there's been a lot of speculation. It's sort of like, you know, how we know the things about Jackie's sister, like it gets leaked to sources. They don't directly come out and say it, but they'll talk to a blog and give them the information, and they'll take it out, and usually we find out that a lot of it's true. So I think that there had been a lot of rumors actually way back about the brother and allegedly Danielle and the sister-in-law having a altercation. We didn't know for sure that it was physical, but now we're hearing there are a lot of sources coming out and saying that it was a lot of well, I mean, they say that she hit, you know, her, like it was physical. It wasn't like through something. It was actually physical. So, oh, Jamie's gonna tell us. Hold on, Jamie said they had words before arriving. That's when Danielle arrived. She wouldn't stop. They paused, both women, upon investigation. I also heard the investigation part, Jamie. I'm glad you said that because I didn't know if that had been out yet, but yeah, they both, I heard, are on pause and on investigation. And actually, that's so funny that you say that, because if you go back and look at Danielle's pictures from before they got to the party, she looks miserable. She looks pissed. She's in the car with Nate, and like she her outfit's cute. She has like a cute hairpiece on, but she looks mad. Like she's not smiling, and I wasn't sure. Wait, oh yeah. So yeah, I wonder, I mean, here's the thing. If you did something shady with a charity and you, like, Jennifer and is going to be the one to know it. Like, Jennifer does a lot of, I think, has done probably in her life a lot of like charitable events and stuff, plus just events for Aiden, you know, for Aiden plastic surgery, and they have like their Christmas party and stuff. And her sister, Jennifer's sister, is the office, I think she's the office manager. She's some sort of very high up office person in Bill's office, right? So I'm sure that Jennifer has input on things like when they throw the Christmas party and such. So she knows how things work. She understands how venues work. She understands what's free, what's not free, where you're making money, where you're not making money. And so if you were to try to fool them and have vendors there and, you know, possibly making some money on the side somewhere and it not going to charity, Jennifer is going to be the one to catch it because she does a lot of charity and she does a lot of events. And Jennifer's a smart girl. She ain't no dummy, you know, and she filmed like there was like probably, I think she did a 45-minute live of them on stage. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that something's off with that event. And I thought that from the beginning. If you go back and listen to my videos, I thought that the event was off from the beginning. Danielle did not have to tell Melissa. That's also a great point. She didn't have to tell Melissa. Which makes me sort of feel like, were you trying to be friends with Melissa to begin with? To me, I kind of felt like Danielle was like fascinated with Melissa. If you guys go back and watch last year when she did the bougie kids fashion thing at Envy, she was like, oh, I'm so excited because Melissa is has everything that I want. And, you know, she's a business and she's an entrepreneur, and you know, Melissa took her in and was like, this is how we shop. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying that it seemed like she was more, she wanted to be like part with Rachel and Melissa, is what it felt like. And I feel like if Rachel hadn't turned on Danielle with the whole Margaret has an arsenal situation comment, if Rachel wouldn't have done that, I think that Danielle would have like been like a lost puppy trying to hang out with Rachel and Melissa, because Rachel already has an automatic in. We know that Joe and John have been friends for over a decade. We have photos of it. God damn, Lisa. Y'all are ruthless this morning. Danielle don't strike me as a charitable person, considering that her life goal is to become famous. I mean, that's a great point. Yes, but Danielle accused Melissa of not paying for an item at Bougie because she made a big thing out of it. It was on the after show. Yes, she did say that she didn't pay for an outfit, but then they shot to Melissa, who had Rachel co-signing everything that she said in the after show, and was like, oh yeah, I think she gave me a little outfit It was only like a $20 outfit. I think I paid for it. Like, it was a total setup question. And basically, Rachel co-signed for Melissa, so that she paid for it because she was on the phone with her. That's how Danielle knows. Like, Danielle's watching Melissa because she's trying to become her. That's actually a little scary. Don't you think? You're like, dang, you know everything I do. I mean, unless if, again, it was planned and she just co-signs everything that Melissa says. I also heard that she did not let anyone talk at the event. I love you, K-Mama. That is a great point, actually. I didn't think about that, but you're right. I don't really feel like anyone else spoke at the event. You're right. It was like a bunch of games with, like, people that were at the event, which I just don't think that they should have had to, like, stand there, you know, and be like, okay, we're going to bring up 3 contestants and everyone flip table, you know, who's going to be the best. And, like, again, meanwhile, the entire cast is just standing in a straight line. Like, if you're going to do something like that, like, take them up one at a time. Like, okay, we're going to do, you know, 15 minutes with each person. Do, you know, bring up Teresa, do a little whatever you want to do, and then let her be done. And then bring up Jennifer, do it in 2 sets of 2, something. It just seemed like, I don't think it was a very organized event either. I think she messed up the tickets. I think there were people that wanted to go to the event that couldn't go, like Laura Lee Jensen. Let us not forget. First of all, let me also remind you guys, I love Laura Lee Jensen. She's literally the sweetest lady. She's so nice. She is so kind. And she will, if I literally wanted to text her right now, I could text her and she would answer me. She's so sweet. And it was just such bull, S-H-I-T, that she wasn't able to come to the event, donate money, donate her ticket sales to the event because Danielle was like, oh, I don't want drama there. So it already felt like, well, you're not being very charitable because you're turning down free money for the charity because you want to make Margaret and Melissa happy. Do you guys picking up what I'm putting down? I heard from someone in New Jersey that she likes to get things for free. Again, Melissa, whose style is that? Melissa's style. Like, seriously. And if you guys know that her, you know, we talked about the fact that she was on that Britney's Biggest Fan, where she does like this rap and she actually wins, right? And then she goes on, she moves to like California or LA, or she goes out there for an audition but makes it look like they were living there. I'm not quite sure because I'm not sure if she lived out there ever, technically. Anyway, so she does like True Life of a Long Island girl, and she allegedly like didn't represent, I'm sorry, was it Staten Island? Don't get mad at me, Long Island and Staten Island residents. I forget which one she's from. I think she's from Staten Island. Anyway, she didn't represent him very well. And so she actually said that, like, in some comments, that she hoped when she came on the Real Housewives of New Jersey that she would do a better job of representing her community. Yes, K-Mama, very correct. Teresa and Dolores were also mad because their people were getting kicked out of you. Yeah, there was like screw up with the tickets, more than just Laura Lee Jensen not getting a ticket. There were also screw ups with the people who actually purchased tickets or purchased VIP tickets. And there were like people like friends of and family. Even I think Jennifer's sister was one of them. Again, like Jennifer, I don't know. I don't know what this girl thinks. Again, I don't think they have any help. Where's your publicist? Where is your manager? Where are your people? This is why you can't have yes people around you all the time. Thank you, Mia. Staten Island. Thank you, Barbara. Hey, Barbara. Thank you, Mia. Yes, Staten Island. This is why you can't have yes people around you all the time. It's not good. Okay? If you have any people around you. I'm not sure what she's got going on, but she certainly is not thinking with her head. I mean, people have been talking about that charity since it happened, that things felt off. So she's mad that people are, I think she's like mad that people, she's probably like embarrassed because it's a charity and she doesn't realize that people have been talking about it this whole time. And like when it happened and online, I know that all of you guys heard some sketchy things about the charity or heard that the charity itself was like sketchy. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good because she already had that one lady. Remember the one lady from I think it was like an autism event that Louis did, and she was like coming after Danielle too as well. Not good, sissy, not good. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So then she went on True Life it was like on VH1. And then she did HGTV, which is what some people forget is that she was actually on like an HGTV like series. I think it was like 6 to 8 weeks where they remodel. You buy a house and you remodel it. So they bought their home, and I think they lived with her parents while they were remodeling the house, and then had the kids, or they had the kids, bought the house, whatever. It's newly remodeled per HGTV compliments of the reality show, which makes sense because I noticed her black and white tile floor, which it was very, very trendy for a very long time. If you remember Kris Jenner, she had the black and white tile in the foyer. Kathy Hilton had the black and white tile in the foyer. So it makes sense that Danielle, up and coming, she puts the black and white tile in her kitchen. And now allegedly she's remodeling. I did hear that they're remodeling because when she posted for her birthday, she said that she had been busy all day running around, and she was having construction done in her house, and that she hoped, in years to come that she can look back and think of how far yeah, I don't know, something crazy. But anyways, yeah, she's getting some remodel. Didn't John Fuda to help get on RHOD give them tile for their home? But that is definitely something that we've heard. Kim D has, even though she is liking them, I don't know if she still does. For a while, she liked John Fuda before I think we knew everything that we know now about his name change and about his child's mother being she's back in prison. And not for really anything that she like did, except for talk to the son and a couple of bloggers. So it's a rough situation. I think that that's a really, really tragic, and it's just kind of like a huge turn off. It almost makes me feel like I don't even like want to watch them, sort of. Like I just like that turns me off on them really bad. I can't help it. I just don't like that. Like, I don't like people that put people in prison. And that's like the MO. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Joe and Melissa, the rumors of Joe's secretary calling the, feds, or calling the IRS. And then rumors Caroline admits that she's present for a phone call that's made to tell on Joe and Teresa Giudice. Okay. How many people could that have been? Right? Oh, well, we didn't want Teresa to go to prison. We just wanted Joe Giudice to get in trouble. Okay. Sure. Okay. And now, his baby mom is back in prison. So I feel really bad for her. And I don't know. It's just like kind of a turnoff. And it feels like Bravo just lets these housewives and their husbands run rapid in the community and control like the narrative and dox people and hack people and like do all this nonsense, and it's just not that serious to me. So I don't know. I'm just like, listen, not that serious to me. But maybe I don't know what's going to happen with New Jersey. I can't think that they're going to separate the cast and do two separate trips. I mean, that just sounds not interesting at all. Like, then you're basically doing two separate casts. And then you have like, what, 4 people. So then you got to cause conflict between only 4 people, or you got to constantly be talking about the other group of people that you're never going to confront. I don't understand. I can't stand him, Mia. Apparently, Fuda kept talking smack about his child's mother at the Gora's housewarming party when cameras were down. Listen up, single ladies. I'm going to tell you something. This is really important if nobody's told you this. If you are dating someone and they have a child, and you ask them, you like talk to them about their child's mother, like their ex, how they talk about their ex should give you a good indicator of the type of person. Oh, so sorry, guys. Sorry, that was my low battery mode. Sorry if it stopped for a second. That's a good indicator of the type of man that he is, right? Because whenever you hear, oh, my ex is crazy, yada, 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 it's like, no. did you do to her? Like, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm giving you a red flag if you call your baby mama crazy names and talk smack about her, right? Especially when your child is almost like 14 years old. Why? It's not necessary to me. And I think that that is a good indicator of the type of man that you are. And that's just my opinion. I think that he is desperate to keep Rachel, just like Joe's desperate to keep Melissa. Like, they're so desperate to keep these women, and they're like, yeah, we'll go into that. Yes, we will do shady things, like whatever it takes. We got to keep him on the show. We got to keep him happy. We got to, you know. I'm down with 2 cash trips. I would like to see Juicy included. Oh, that's a great idea, Mia. I would love to see that too. I think that a lot of people would really love to see Juicy Joe on, and they could basically go down to the Bahamas because that's where he's living and do a cash trip there and include him. And I think that that would be so good for ratings. I think people would love, love, love that. I think that Teresa and Louis and Joe are in a place that they definitely are friends and are able to do something like that. But I think that Bravo is just trying to keep the husbands like out of it. Or I don't know. I don't know. Something is just off. I don't know. Something's off. Oh my gosh, Mia. I heard the same thing. I think that it would be great. But again, it's like, please don't do it with Joe Gorga. Like, I don't want to see Joe Gorga and Joe Giudice together. I'll take Juicy Joe by himself or with Teresa and Louis and all them, but I don't want to see the fakery. Like, I don't want to relive it with them. You guys remember the video that Joe and Melissa put out of running into Juicy Joe in the Bahamas? Even Gia commented on it. Behind the Velvet Rope said Fuda behaved like Gorga. He thinks he's a housewife. I completely agree with this, Mia. I think that it is evident that he is following in Joe Gorga's footsteps. He's watching how Joe Gorga moves, and so he is doing the same exact thing because they want to be on TV and they want to be famous, right? That when David Wyatt interviewed Juicy Joe, he did mention that he has something in the works that could include Bravo, so you never know. I completely agree with you. He has like that business down there. They're like he's chartering and taking care of tourists. So I think he's also on like, is he on the Big Islands? Is he on Nassau? I mean, it doesn't matter. The Bahamas is gorgeous, beautiful. It's perfect for a cash trip. It's definitely feasible. It's affordable. It's beautiful. It's all those things. I don't know, but I don't want to see like, I don't know what I want to see. Because what's people, because then you're going to have a problem when you air the episode, like thinking from like a business perspective, you're going to have everyone that hates Teresa is going to fast forward through Melissa's parts and everyone, or, vice versa. Like, you're not going to be watching the other one's parts. It'd be like watching a completely different show, which is fine. Maybe it's their way. Maybe they're finally going to break the cast away. I don't know. They have these new girls, guys. Don't forget. They have like 3 more new girls they're working in the mix. They have that Tiffany girl. She's very gorgeous. I posted her photos. She's a Sports Illustrated model. She has like a couple, I think, twin boys. Her husband is handsome as hell. And their money looks legit. her Instagram is elevated. I think she has a lot of potential. There's another lady who is allegedly trying out as well. But I don't know. I think that Bravo could potentially end up incorporating like a lot of the new girls all at once to sort of fill up screen time, and maybe they'll phase a group out. But I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like I just don't like John and Rachel. I feel bad saying that, but I just don't. They just give me a. Barbara says, "Did you see Dan Wilco program on a piece on Joe saying how great his life is without his sister?" I did not. That's terrible, Barbara, but I believe it. I've been like, my daughter got her new princess bed this weekend, so she transitioned from a crib to like a little girl bed, and it was like of course we got like this wooden carriage type bed. It took all day to put together, and she was sick, and I've been sick, and I've like been exhausted, sick with work, so I haven't been up to date with what everyone is saying in the blogs. I mean, of course I talked to my sources and stuff, but what's been put out I wasn't up to date with. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you guys surprised? Again, is this to get a reaction from her? They're filming right now, so isn't it perfect? Is it a new interview, Barbara, or was it an older interview? I think at one point he was just not talking about it at all because he sticks a foot in. I mean, he's not allowed to talk in interviews. Melissa doesn't let him talk. Go back and look at any red carpet event. Like, when they're getting interviewed, he's not allowed to talk. Melissa's like, you can't talk. She gets mad if he talks. If they ask him a question, she's mad. Seriously. According to Behind the Velvet Rope, Fuda met with Teresa and Louis to smooth over the issues about Louis contacting John's ex. John doesn't want to hear it and still wants to continue the beef. I completely agree with this because of the fact that John and Rachel don't have anything else really going on. This gives them common ground with Melissa and Joe. What do I mean by that? It means that it gives them an alliance against Joe and Teresa, or against Teresa and Louis. It gives John and Rachel and Melissa and Joe all a reason to hate Teresa and Louis. All of them a reason to have in common because Joe and Melissa have been burned over here, and here's Rachel and John Fuda. Now they've been burned too, and so they're gonna come together and just talk poorly about Teresa and Louis. It just gives them. They don't have their own. They're like, again, they're following in Joe and Melissa's footsteps, right? That's what's happening. They're following in their footsteps. And instead of getting their own storyline, instead of like getting something really interesting going on that they have, they're going to use someone that is incarcerated, that doesn't have a say in the situation, that can't even voice their side of things from things that transpired from 10 years ago. Like, you're kicking someone while they're down. Number one, you're also using her name for content. Pay her because she's indigent. Just so you guys know, prison is expensive. It is not cheap to be in prison. Phone calls, mail, iPads, not iPhones. Phone calls, iPads, shoes, clothes, food, phone time. I mean, like, it's expensive. So I'm just not about that life. Anyway, guys, make sure that you guys hit that like button for me. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, guys, make sure that you go to my Housewives 411. If that's not the channel that you're watching from, that is my new channel. You guys know, if you like me and support me, that I did get demonetized on my other channel, likely over my New Jersey content. So please come to my new channel, Housewives 411, and follow. If anyone is interested in monetizing, or not monetizing, I'm sorry, any moderating for me, we put it in the comments because I need some moderators. Yo-Yo she usually helps me, but she can't always make it. Teresa was a topic of discussion during the whole. Absolutely, she was. Absolutely, she was. For sure. That's why I don't think we got a lot of like behind the scene like pictures. It didn't look real fun either. Just didn't look fun. He was pouring shots. Joe Gorga was pouring shots into waiters' mouths. Like, there was a girl who was a waiter, and she had like her little work shirt on and her pants, and she's probably like 23, and her hair's like in her little ponytail. And he's like, "All right, are you ready? Are you ready?" And he's got like this bottle with, with like a pour on it. And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, starts pouring it in her mouth. And Melissa yells from the background, "Joe, they're working." God. It was a little, I'm like, okay, so now we're using the staff for content. Got it. Okay. Cool. I love that, Bethany. Roll with that, Melissa. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy wild. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I just want to come on and chat with you guys for a few minutes about that. Make sure you guys follow my new YouTube channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Check out my Spotify podcast, which is everywhere on all the platforms. Also, on Wednesdays, I go, well, not live, but we recap Real Housewives of New York. And we also talk a little bit on New Jersey sometimes and headlines. And that's on Lisa, who is in the comments. Hi, Lisa. It is on her podcast called NYC Gal Out. And she is on all major platforms as well. So, Melissa likes Josie. She is. I know, Lisa. It's terrible. I know. Go back and like look at some of their interviews. Like, I probably shouldn't even say that because then I'm gonna get in trouble on this channel. Guys, I gotta behave myself. I literally, like, you guys are gonna have to I'm gonna have to like talk in code or something. We're gonna have to come up with some code words for people so that we can like speak about things and
be truthful and not have to worry about being like shut down and demonetized and hacked and doxxed and everything else, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought you were Lisa NYC gal out. I'm sorry, Lisa. My bad. My confusing. I think she has like an S. You guys both have the same username. I think almost exactly. Like she doesn't have a last initial either. So I'm sorry. I thought you guys were the same person. But still, thank you so much for coming in the chat. And like I said, guys, if anyone wants to be a moderator, please comment. I would love that so much. Bye, Mia. Thank you so much for coming. All of you guys. Love you so much. Thank you, Monica, Barbara, Lisa, Mia, K Mama. I hope you're enjoying your vacay, girl. Girl, next time I wish I could fit in your suitcase. Like, I will be your nanny on your European vacation. Okay? Whatever you need. I'll style you, do your hair and makeup. I got you. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Monday.